Good morning, class. We are going to pick up where we left off yesterday in the writing, talking about writing and its elements. Little Susie, can you please come to the board and read the first description and match the word with the description? This is a slight review from yesterday, and then we will start applying what we learned. Also known as planning, helps you figure out and arrange what you are going to write about, or called brainstorming. Well, Miss Pan, I think this is pre-writing. You are correct. Little Johnny, please come to the board and read the next problem. Getting ideas down on paper can be changed many times. This is just a way to gather all of the ideas in a proposed order. Miss Payne, I think this is drafting. Correct, Little Johnny. Little Susie, please come read the next one. Final draft, applying all correct changes and turning in. Would this be when we publish our paper for you? Yes, ma'am, it will be. You're correct. Little Sarah, please come to the board and read the next description. Seeing the essay or paper from the reader's point of view, this is when the context is challenged. Is it revising? Correct, it is. You always revise before or after editing, class. Before. Now, John, please come to the board and answer the last question, description. Well, Miss Payne, editing is when you check grammar, spelling, sentence structure, word choice, and punctuation. Correct. Class, do you all understand that and remember it from yesterday? Yes, ma'am, we do. Okay, thank you. We're going to move on. Okay, class, this is a question I would like you all to contemplate at your desk while little Susan and little Sarah come to the board and contemplate it together and pick an answer. It says composing outlines, storyboards, and clusters helps to do what? Susan, what do you think it is? Well, it can be pre-writing because when you pre-write, you outline and you cluster stuff, and you also start a draft. So would it be both A and C? But a first draft, is there something different? But it says start first draft. So I think it's A and C. Miss Payne, is it A and C? Correct, because when you pre-write, you come up with outlines, storyboards, or clusters, and it helps you start your first draft. And I understand how you all would get that confused, but your first draft is when you get your ideas down on paper and you start to arrange things how you want them to flow. All right, class. Now I need 5 students to come to the board. You will select a number and you will read what it says. All right, Susie, you can come to the board. I think I'll pick 3. Three says, we'll have many mistakes. Thank you, Susie. Sarah, you can come to the board. It says second step of writing where you arrange, organize thoughts into a paper. John, you can come to the board. Organize information logically and develop the topic in detail. Morgan, you can come to the board. May change the thesis or where the paper is headed. Connections will be made that can arrange the focal, it's a little bit more, the focal point of the paper. Megan, you come to the board. The more contemplated the writing task, the more time and effort should be put into this step. Well, class, after having each student read these descriptions, what do you think we're talking about? Yes, ma'am, Susie. Correct. It is drafting. The second part of the writing process, when you get your thoughts on paper and you organize, and this step comes before what, Brittany? Correct. It comes before revising. Class, this is a picture of a third grade draft. This is a third grader's first writing assignment. I expect you all to be even better than this since you all are eighth graders going to the ninth grade. But this student got their ideas down on paper and now they're able to go back and revise. All right, class. Now we have 4 different pictures on the screen. I need 4 different students to come match the word with the picture. Little Brittany, you can come first. Well, the picture that has all the questions and is contemplating different parts of the essay and how to change it and revise different things you wrote would definitely be revising. So I think this is revising. Correct? Jasmine, can you come match the other revising description? Yes, ma'am. I think this one can work for the next revising description. Correct. Little Samuel, can you please come and describe the editing portion since those are the only 2 left? Well, editing is when you fix grammar, you fix word structure, punctuation, sentence structure, and you're really fixing it before you turn it in. The last minute touches. You make sure you have no misspelled words. You make sure all of your punctuation is in place, your commas, semicolons, conjunctions, everything of that nature. Correct, little Samuel. Well, class, what are the examples of published work? I will let you all contemplate this while little Susie and little Sarah come to the board and talk about it together. Well, published work is something that is going to be turned in. It's the final draft. You can't have any misspelled words or anything that's messed up. You can submit it to a teacher, or if you're in a writing contest, or a book, but it has to be correct with no errors. So I think it's B. Miss Payne, is it B? Yes, it is. Correct. Class, do you all agree with little Susie and little Sarah? Yes, ma'am, we do. Good job. This is an example of a finished draft of someone's essay. This is what you all will turn into me. You will make sure you have done each step in the writing process correctly. If you have any questions, you know you can ask me. I hope you all have learned from this assignment and you all are ready to create your own writing process assignment that will conclude with a final draft of an essay.